I get stopped because of my color by the police.
When I drive down the road and I get pulled over by a police officer, it's probably because either I've broken the law or I'm getting a flat tire and the police officer's going to tell me I'm getting a flat tire.
Well, when I get pulled over, I don't get tickets, you know. I'm a white woman, middle class, in a minivan. I get pulled over all the time for speeding. And it's almost become a joke. And then, you know, the police officers apologized to me for pulling me over, you know. And I know if I was a person of color, you know, that wouldn't happen, you know. I know that I would be pulled over a lot more if I was a person of color because I speed every day. And so I get stopped, they look at my license, and then they let me go, you know.
I've experienced whiteness on the 3 occasions that I've been pulled over by law enforcement driving a car. One time I ran a red light, it was turning red, right? Another time I was speeding, another time I had a headlight out. And every single time I got off with a warning. I never got a ticket for any of those things. It was privilege and whiteness, therefore, that helped get me off. And I think for the average person, it would be whiteness that would allow me not to even have to think about why. I could get away and thinking, oh, I sweet talked my way out of that. I did, but I was aided by the fact that I'm white.
They're not going to do a body check on me. They're not going to rip my car apart looking for a reason to haul me in. I'm not profiled. That's white privilege.
All right. Now, my name is Robert Abbasi, and you tuned into another lecture from the hood. Today's lecture series, our lecture is very important because we're going to talk about the police. This is part 2 of the Fuck the Police series. What you just saw was an excerpt of from a documentary that was done called Whitewash. And what's important and the reason why I use that footage is because we have to understand what we're dealing with in America. We're dealing with a situation where white people are getting privileges from the same people who beat and kill us. That's why it's difficult to get white support on issues pertaining to such things as police brutality. Another thing that white people don't realize is that, or that we don't realize, is that one of the problems that we're having, and one of the main problems we're having, is that the police officers who are killing black people usually belong to a white supremacist group. I'm just going to give you a little information, an excerpt from a document that was prepared by William Y. Chen in 2013. This is an article that we got from a free PDF site. Law and Order and White Power, White Supremacist infiltration of law enforcement, and the need to eliminate racism in the ranks. Now, we've been doing a lot of research about police officers who have a history of white supremacist activity. And what's happening is that this is a new movement among white groups to infiltrate every single institution in America. First and foremost, the police departments. So when black people start talking about all they need is sensitivity training, these people join the police department just so they can kill black people, just so they can harass black people, just so that they can influence police operations, just so they can influence police investigations. White supremacy ideology endorsed in the United States. White supremacy adherent strategize on how to implement their vision of a white America. Members pledge on their membership card of the Knights Party, a Klan-affiliated white supremacist group, to work for the protection of the white race. That's why when white people talk about white supremacy groups, they don't talk about it with the same anger that we do because it protects them. All those people that you talked about on that footage talked about how police officers protect them. We don't have the same experience with police officers. Protection of the white race and to advance their cause in all areas of society, whether economic, judicial, social, educational, scientific, or political, to reach all areas of social. White supremacists seek to infiltrate the political establishment the military, and law enforcement. Now, this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people who will smile in your face, people with suits now. They don't walk around wearing KKK uniforms. Sometimes they do, but the uniform they would have did is a three-piece suit. And we have to understand that if we're going to deal with the problems that face our people. These people want us eliminated off the planet Earth. And we have to understand how to combat this. What we're suggesting is zero tolerance for police officers who have a background in white supremacist groups. And we're looking for legislation also to fight and combat this issue. We're also looking for a change in the psychological testing, the process that people go through in terms of joining the police force. It's almost impossible for black men and black people to make it through the entrance exam and the entrance process to become a police officer. Why aren't it equally difficult for people who have a background in white supremacy to join the police force? Why is it so easy for them? So the next time that you're standing in front of a judge, or if you're standing in front of a police officer and they come off as racist, it's probably because they are. And we got to find out how we're going to deal with this new problem, because they're infiltrating every single phase of our lives that impact us. So until video 3, peace.